So guys, welcome to our travel video of going around Ireland in the van. We're going to start here right in the city of Bangor and hopefully end up back in the city of Bangor, but let's see how far we get, folks. Right here we're just down at Ballyho and we're going to park up in a little car park for caravans and camper vans, that sort of thing. Let's have a wee look around, folks. Going to look out over onto Belfast Lough. What a lovely place to start our journey, folks. Right over there in the background, that's Ballyhone Bay. Right across the Copeland Islands. And over in the distance there's Whitehead, the Blackhead Path. You can check out one of my videos on that as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to start here in Bangor. We're going to work our way basically back up to Belfast and then round the coastline, past Carrickfergus, out to Whitehead, Larne, and then up the Antrim coastline. So this is the starting point right here in my hometown of Bangor. So I've got to stop calling it a town because it's a city now, folks. What time is it? What time is it? It's beer o'clock, that's right. Let's go to the Jamaica Inn. Let's check out the Jamaica Inn. A nice little watering hole here in Bangor on the seafront. Let's go and get some food and drink. Look at that, folks. That's the cheesiest nachos I've ever seen in my years on this planet.
And they are like kind of sweet.
What do you think, Ali? Are they better than the nachos in Mexico?
No, really. Nachos are not Mexican. They're Mexican American, right? These ones, they're sweet. What? They must be
just like you.
spicy.
So guys, main course here, we've got the ribs, hot wings and skinny fries. What have you got, Ali?
Risotto.
Risotto. Looks good, I must say. But I'll tell you what, folks, I'm absolutely stuffed after having them nachos. I don't know if there's any room for main course, but we'll see what we can get into, folks. That's us off on the road, off on our wee adventure. As we mentioned earlier, we're starting here in Bangor, County Down, now a city, thanks to Her Majesty the Queen. Are you ready for this little trip, Ali? Lista. Estamos listos para un viaje cerca de Irlanda. Al lado, no, how do you say it? Cerca de, how do you say around Ireland? Alrededor de Irlanda del Norte. So guys, on our little trip around the coastal road here, our first stop is Hazelbank Park in Newtonabbey. And of course, this park's been here for quite a long time, but recently, due to the King's coronation, King Charles III, there's now a Coronation Garden, which is the official Coronation Garden here in Northern Ireland. So we're going to check it out, folks. Come and get our Instagram poses, our Instagram pictures. Do it for the gram, folks. Isn't that right?
You don't have to say that.
Nearest train station is White Abbey, so if you're coming here by train, go get the train to the Larne line and get off at White Abbey. So there we go, folks. Welcome to the King's Coronation Garden here in Newtonabbey, Hazelbank Park. Let's have a look around. Big disco ball at the top there, look at that. That's a disco ball. Folks, we're now on the other side of Belfast Lough. We just came from over here, Bangor, Hollywood, skipped through Belfast, and now we're on the other side. It has been said that this is one of the most beautiful coastal drives anywhere in the United Kingdom. The owner of this land was James Mackey of Mackey's Engineering in West Belfast, and that is now the Springfield Industrial Park. So that would have been a major employer in the West Belfast area. Obviously, many years ago, Belfast was a major industrial city in the British Empire. Not anymore, unfortunately, but areas like that would have had a large population employed by the Mackey's Engineering. So this here gardens was actually given to the area of Newton Abbey by the Mackeys. So along the promenade you will see these turrets, and these were part of the original Hazelbank house, now being boarded up, but you would have been able to get up a little staircase up until the top of it, and these were actually used as lookouts during the Second World War. Really nice walk, folks, not too far from Belfast. So folks, next on our little stop along the coast here, we're here at the town of Carrickfergus. Right behind me is Carrickfergus Castle, and this is allegedly where Prince William of Orange allegedly landed here, at the first place he landed in Ireland. And the reason we like bonfires is because people lit bonfires to guide his way up Belfast Lough. Now before Belfast was actually a major port, Carrickfergus would have been the major port for the Belfast Lough. Nowadays it's just a leisure harbour, a few leisure craft here, we have a bit of fishing going on as well. And the marina itself, there's hotels, there's quite a lot of development. There's an abandoned building over here, some kids playing on the top of it there. Nice little stop off point if you're going to the north coast. Just come and check out the castle. So as always, come with us. Let's enjoy the start of our coastal trip. As this was the landing place for King William III, there's a statue to him here just outside Carrickfergus Castle, which you can check out. One of the things to see when you're in Carrickfergus. Another stop on our little journey. We're going to stop off tonight in Glen Arm, just outside of Larne. If you need to get any groceries, I would do that in Larne before you set off, because there's not really any groceries until you get to Coleraine, pretty much, or Ballycastle. There's no supermarkets. Welcome to beautiful Glen Arm, a village whose history can be traced back 900 years. So it is of course home to Glen Arm Castle, which does have festivals and things on in the summertime. And there's lots of walking trips around here as well, walking routes. The Antrim Hills Way, the Ulster Way passes through here, the Ecos Trail, things I've never heard of. I'm just reading them off the signs in front of me, folks. There's also the International Appalachian Trail, which I've never heard of again. You know, these sort of things do sort of surprise me. So it goes from Larne, Glenarm, Waterfoot, Ballycastle, Port Rush, Port Stewart, Castle Rock, Dungiven, Moneynenny, Gorchin, Killetter, Glenties to Bunglass. Folks, Glenarm Beach is leased to Mid and East Antrim Borough Council from the Crown Estate. Removal of stones is prohibited, so Big Charlie does not let you take his stones from the beach. They're actually Big Charlie stones, or Charlie's Big Stones, literally. These stones are owned by the Crown. We're not allowed to take them, folks. We're going to check out the local town. It looks pretty quiet, but as always, you know me, first thing I do when I get to a town is check out the pubs, check out the watering holes, imbibing establishments and that sort of thing. So we're going to check out some pubs in the lively town of Glenarm. Get some beers, beer o'clock, folks. What time is it?
A clue.
It is a clue. There's a clue, folks. What time is it? It is. Let me check the watch here. It's beer o'clock. That's right, folks. Salute, Salanta, Nostrovia, L'chaim, Post, and the Secretary. Tutti Cap. Cheers, folks. Good morning, folks. Welcome to another day in paradise. Welcome to our van. As you know, we're travelling around Ireland in this beautiful 1989 Talbot Express. Just thought I'd share with you our morning routine. So obviously we've woken up, sorry, correct my English there, folks. This is now our seating area. This was our bed, so I'll maybe show you in a separate video on how to assemble the beds. It is a bit of a handling, but it's all part of the charm of these vans, folks. Look, at the end of the day, folks, it all does the same thing. It all gets from A to B. It's got sleeping accommodation, it's got your toilet, your cooking facilities, your fridge, that sort of thing. That will heat up our nice water to have ourselves a nice wee cup of coffee. And anyway, just outside here is, I'll show you outside, our window in the morning. Lovely nice view. Just at the start of the County Antrim Coastal. A few more motorhomes over this way, and we're going to head up this direction up to Castle, Ballycastle, up to Giant's Causeway, up along the road, folks. The sun is shining here in Northern Ireland. I think Ali's brought some of the Mexican sunshine with her. Yeah, that's one of the things about motor van life, is you can just park up and enjoy these views first thing in the morning. So yeah, enjoy that view, folks. Coffee time, folks. The entrance to the cliff path is actually up here. If you go up this grass bank, this is the free entrance to the stones. Obviously the issue is parking. You've got to park your car, your van somewhere. If you do take the cliff off, you're treated to this spectacular view. Don't go too close to the edge, folks. But look at yonder. That's the Giant's Causeway from above. So we're going to have a wee walk down the steps past the Giant's Organ is over here. So that's the Giant's Organ in the distance. Can you see it? You might have to zoom in a wee bit. But let's go and take a walk on around the coast here. Now there's a few stories about how this place got to be here. One of them is there was a volcanic eruption and lots of basalt columns formed. That's a pretty boring story, right? The other one is that there was two giants having a bit of a barney, folks. Bit of a disagreement. Finn McCool, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but he was Scottish, and he outwitted the Scottish guy by basically dressing up as a baby. Whenever the Scottish giant came looking for him, he thought, oh my goodness, look at the size of that baby, there's no way I'm fighting his dad. So the Scottish giant ran off back to Scotland and ripped up the causeway that we see here today. Here in Ireland we have a lot of myths, legends and stories to tell about the history of the place, so pick the one you want, folks. Now let's have a look around. As always, if you like the videos, please hit the like button down below, subscribe, send me a comment as well, folks. There's Ollie trying to get her souvenirs. Northern Ireland. You might get Belfast stuff here. It's more likely port.
Because they say Game of Thrones, I don't want
This year's comp sources in the first trans non-binary player. Co-founder Lauren Fletcher hopes it'll mean more.
So Ollie's happy she's got her souvenirs, folks. She's got a reminder of where we're visiting at the moment. So we're going to take a wee walk down, and what a lovely day it is too, folks. Check this out. What a lovely day to be alive. I've always said it, Northern Ireland is a beautiful country when its sun shines. And today the sun is shining on us. She's brought the sunshine with her. Where is she? Where are you? There you are. Let's take a walk down by the seafront here. Bit of rebuilding going on. Yeah, a few derelict properties, so there's maybe a bit of investment could be done down here. Any of you guys are property developers? Bit of a doer-upper. We just seen one there with a garden inside. There was literally plants growing inside the house. There's always going to be demand for property in this area. There's always going to be people coming in the summertime. Golf tournaments. Portrush has hosted the British Open twice. Right over here is East Strand. There's actually the only park run in the UK to be run on a beach. It's just right over there in the background. Plenty of ice cream vans and burger vans, folks. We're going to go around to Ramore Head, which is the end of the peninsula of Portrush. Perfect day for it. It's going to take me a walk down to Portrush Harbour here, folks. See this bridge ahead of me? This used to be a railway bridge for goods. Good old Waterworld, no longer unfortunately. Don't know what's going to happen to that. The harbour bar where we went last night. So plenty of things to do down at the harbour here, folks. Lots of eateries, lots of nice places to get a drink, that sort of thing. And all night Bangor, you can actually see the sea at the seafront. So take note, Bangor Council, North Down. Seaside town with a seafront. It's always a winning thing. So folks, we're just up here at Gore Viewpoint, looking out over Lough Foyle. Oh, it's just blowy, it's disgusting, it's just blows today. Presented by the Automobile Association, not the Alcoholics Anonymous. It's a different AA, folks. Crock of a Shane, never heard of it. Crock Glass, nope. Mouldy Hill. Has anybody heard of Mouldy Hill? Out of Islay, 38 miles, so we're not far. So guys, definitely worth a wee drive up. Look at that viewpoint. That's Benone Strand. Or is it McGilligan? I'm not sure. Like that beach just stretching for miles. And there's Port Rush, Port Stewart in the background. So folks, I'm just putting this van through its paces. I'm giving the old girl a bit of work to do. Let's have a wee look around here, folks. The old girl made it up the hill just about. So we're just at the top of the Benevina Lake, which I have been to before. I do have a video from this very point where me and Simon hiked up from the forest, but this time we've come up in the van. Nice point for a bit of fishing, that sort of thing. Let's come and have a wee look around, folks. Get your rod out and catch some fish. We've just arrived here in Londonderry, otherwise known as Derry, Stroke City, Maiden City, Legendary, amongst other names. We're just parked up by the Foyle Valley Railway Museum. It's a little park just by the Foyle River. This is Ali's home office as well, folks. My home office, home away from home, folks. This here, the Talbot, you have to basically pull the beds out. It's quite a complicated thing. I probably will do a separate video on actually showing you how to do it. It's a bit of a nightmare. That's kind of our routine. You either do it as soon as you get to the place and then you can just go and get drunk or whatever and you don't have to worry about it, or leave the van as it is in a drive-in condition, the seats aligned like that, then you've got to worry about that whenever you get back home. So if you're going for a few beverages, I'd advise get all the window things up, get your window blinds up, so you just have to come back home and get into bed. Welcome to Londonderry. We're going to check out the city centre here. Parked up by the river here actually. Let's go and check out the Foyle. I do have a video about this city, by the way, folks. We're actually parked up in what would have been the old railway line, so there's actually some tracks here. So just behind me here was the location of the original Foyle Valley railway station. Londonderry had 4 railway stations, believe it or not, all sort of centred around the Craigavon Bridge here. Now, sadly today, only one of the railways still exists, and that's the Waterside station, which runs to Belfast. There are talks about reinstating the Derry Road, which would have run to Portadown, as part of the All-Ireland Strategic Rail Review. Please comment below, if the Derry Road was reinstated, which railway station would it run into? So Foyle Valley, it's not the original building, it's just a reconstruction meant to look like a railway station. There is a railway track outside it, but I don't know if trains could actually run on that because it looks like it's sort of embedded in, so I don't know. Could a train run on that? I don't think so. But it's just set up there anyway, just to remind people of the area that there was once a railway that ran going that way. The Craigavon Bridge, as you know, on the bottom deck, that was the railway. So maybe if they reinstated the Derry Road, they would reopen the bottom as a railway bridge connecting the 2 lines and thus not having to change. Because, you know, the Waterside station, whilst it's beautiful, it's old and it's beautiful, it is located on the other side of the river. So if you're wanting to get to the city, you still have to cross the river via the Peace Bridge or via the Craigavon Bridge. So it could be connected a little bit better if they reopened the old line and the old station. So come with us, let's go and explore Maiden City. Now we're on the Wild Atlantic Way because we're now in Donegal. It goes all the way officially from Donegal, on the border, right to Cork. So it's quite a good incentive by the Irish Tourism Board to get people to see these parts of the country. And you will notice all around there was these little sort of, I don't know, like an iron thing, the rusty iron thing with a wee squiggle at the top. And that sort of tells you you're on the Wild Atlantic Way, folks. And we've reached Malin Head, Donegal, which is the most northerly point of Ireland, and it's in the south. So we do refer to the Republic as the south, but the most northerly point of the south is in the north. That's a bit Irish, isn't it, folks? So when some people refer to Northern Ireland as the north of Ireland, what they really mean is Donegal, because the north of Ireland is in the south. Malin Head is the site of one of 22 weather forecast stations situated around the British Isles, whose reports are used to form the BBC shipping forecast. There is also a military watchtower, built in 1805 during the Napoleonic Wars, and a Marconi wireless signal station which was built later in 1902. Both of these buildings still stand today. Another interesting relic to the wartime era are the era signs. These were used to signify to overflying airmen that they were flying over neutral territory, as the Republic of Ireland did not enter the Second World War. Although the Irish government did allow the British government to site 2 radio direction finders on Malin Head, and they were used by Allied naval and air forces to monitor U-boat and aerial activity in the North Atlantic during this time.